Welcome back to the program. Now let's check through some of the top African markets in the weekend at Friday the 5th. Nigeria was largely in the lead with 1.85% gain on its composite index, gaining its 26,000 index mark on Thursday. Look at the rest of the market. The top African markets from the north, you have the EGX30 around 12,709. Yesterday was a holiday traditional holiday in Egypt, so the market was closed. That's where the market finished off on Thursday, up by 2.95%. Look at the Kenya, or the all-share index. That's a 7.15% year-to-date in the red. The week was about 0.5% in the green. The South African GSE has since crossed over the 53,000 index, up by 0.32%. 4.20 since the year started in the green. Ghana, 4.64%, but a bit lackluster in the week we just finished. And of course, Nigeria now 26,235.63, up by 1.85%. So Nigeria is still in the news. So we're back to our domestic market, where the state of the economy is on the front burner of discourse in the countdown to May 29, marking the second anniversary of the Buhari's administration, and that's in the second quarter. A number of economists and analysts are pushing out reports that the economy is on a recovery, but still very soft. They're pointing to the FX market. The Naira has gained about 25% on the dollar in the last 10 weeks. Inflation is trending lower, and a bit of a fiscal direction as we speak. All this put together, what does it mean for the market? Let's get back to Chukwuma Anyanwu here, who has a bit more to discuss with us on the economic front. Then we'll get back to the SEC and that major meeting taking place next Tuesday, the 9th of May. Chukwuma, thanks for sticking around. When you read some of the analysts' report that says, look, the economy is on a trajectory, it looks like it's growing, how much confidence does that give you when you do your research and you say, look, perhaps this is a time you can talk to investors and say, look, get back into the market, because the government is looking at infrastructure, they're looking at agriculture, non-oil sector, and of course, even the oil itself looks to be relatively stable in terms of output. We're around 1.6 million barrels per day.
Yeah, but what you also failed to mention was the fact that oil prices are now tanking. Yes. About $42 per barrel.
Yes,
which is a worrying sign.
$48. If you look at oil prices going down, oil will continue to trade sideways. That's what I believe. And I think that if we keep our benchmark around 35, 38, even if we sell at 42, we still have a little bit of a headroom there. Someone says $40 is good enough for Nigeria.
I agree, Bosun, but my worry is the absolute dependence of a whole economy like Nigeria on the resources from the sale of crude oil. Now, it leaves us to a lot of volatility, and there will be a replication of what happened, in 2016, 2015. If oil prices get back to about, say, $30 per barrel, $25 per barrel, who is to say it won't get there? And considering the fact also that there is a lot of impetus for shale oil production at this level, we are seeing clearly that they have become more optimistic about their production level, and is adding more to the glut, which was the original issue, and which we have still failed to address as a country. So my worry is there will be temporary reprieve. I agree, but I am still very worried about. In fact, the temporary reprieve might last to the better part of this year, even the first half of next year. But my worry is what happens at the time when oil prices goes back to a new low. Are we prepared for that eventuality? And is Nigeria's economy, does it have the kind of shock absorbers to be able to, bounce it back off? If this happens, are we able to survive? Are we able to still record the kind of growth that we expect as a frontier economy? And my answer is no to
what do you think we should therefore do with the little, well, make haywire the sunshine? How do you think we can make haywire the sunshine?
Well, the best place to start is always the infrastructure. Past the 2017 budget, let's get an angle on fiscal spending. Let's get an angle on where we are looking at capital expenditure. Let's focus on the major things that the economy needs to drive.
Are investors worried about the passage or the non-passage of the budget?
It's a constant worry for most of the investors that we've been speaking with. Because the truth is, a lot of the kind of fiscal stimulus that we need to jumpstart the economy and keep it at a sustainable level comes from the budget, unfortunately. But the truth is, if the country needs to get beyond this point, we need to private sector needs to be a bit more active, but its activity will also be premised around the responsibility of the fiscal arm. So if the fiscal arm isn't coming to the table, I am very, very worried about the long-term sustainability, even of our FX strategy.
So you think we're on a bit of a short-term end?
Yes.
Of the carrot, as it were?
Yes.
Okay, good. So how do we make good use of that very short window that we have? You projected that the stock market will most likely have a positive end to 2017, maybe a little one.
Yeah, a little.
What sectors do you think will drive this?
We think banking, of course, will drive the economy. We think a lot of the need for funds their function as financial intermediaries is critical to the economic to the sector. So it is going to be a key part of driving the economic recovery. Banking. We also think industrial goods, Dangote Cement will play a critical role. Construction will play a critical role in driving this resurgence.
This week, the new week, will be very busy for those of you in the market. The SEC is in Lagos, a whole team. And when SEC comes to Lagos, full team, I'm sure.
We worry.
you guys get worried about what is going on and what is not going on. But it's for the first CMC meeting. What's your thought on this roadmap? And do you think the market is making a turn? And very quickly, because we're getting news that the SEC will be interviewing, it's in about 120 new applicants who wants to join the market. We thought the market is not attractive, but it looks like you folks are making money. That's why more people want to join.
The truth is, the investing public, as a percentage of the total Nigerian active population, is very little. So there is a whole big portion of that market that's untapped. But that said, the active ones currently needs a lot of product innovation. We need, beyond the fact that we are getting new participants into the market, new participants registered into the market, the NSA also needs to be very proactive with product creation. They need to provide options so that people can even focus on other areas beyond equities, because there seems to be a lot of focus on equities and fixed income. And there are so many alternatives, there are so many options that the market can bring out there, which will be able to make the market which will accommodate the new entrants, at the same time stimulate new interests from people who right now are not investing.
Maybe some folks are sniffing around the NSC's demutualization.
Absolutely.
Maybe they think there's money.
That's but,
and when Aliko Dangote says he's going to list more companies, perhaps a refinery on the NSE, it's time to get into that market.
It is, absolutely, I agree. I think there's a lot of things that will be unbundling with the demutualization of the NSE. So it's good times for us.
So it looks like something is likely going to happen, isn't it?
Yeah, we're all keeping our fingers crossed.
Something's likely going to happen.
Holding our breath.
When it happens, let me be the first to know.
You will.
Please, let me be the first to know. Let's be the first to know. Thank you very much. It's good to have you here. And do enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thanks a lot.
Chukuma Anyanwu, Head of Research at GTI Securities. And that's about the wrap on today's edition of the program. We thank you for watching. We'll be back next week with a fresh edition of the program. Do have a great weekend. Bye for now. And next week, Temple Ashaji will be back here in the saddle. I'll see you later in the week. Have a great weekend.